Hello everyone. Today's vlog I'm going to talk about a first time experience I had where I got referred to a cardiologist. I set up an appointment with this doctor. I ended up setting the appointment up for the last week of May. I ended up canceling it though because I didn't really feel very good and rescheduled it for June 19th at around 11:30. Everything was all well and good to go and we were fine. When I arrived at the doctor's appointment, I filled out the normal paperwork that the receptionist gives you and all that. And normally, the interpreter is typically there, but they weren't there this time, which I just noticed. I went up to the receptionist and made sure that they had an interpreter coming, and she assured me that it was fine. But it was getting close to 11:30 and then 12. The interpreter still wasn't there, so I sat down and watched the TV because it actually had captions. Then somebody came and sat across from me and pointed at me. And I kind of just looked at them and was like, "Hi, what's up?" And they looked at me and kind of moved their hands around a little bit, and I was like, "Are you my interpreter? Do you understand me?" And asked them a few questions. And I was like, "This is my body. This is an appointment about... This is a doctor's appointment. It's quite important for them to understand me." And I asked them if they understood me again. "Do you sign?" And then they ended up calling my name, so we had to go back. Along the way, I tried to sign with them, and they just wouldn't keep eye contact with me. I was like, what is wrong? They wouldn't maintain any eye contact. The nurse did my normal vital signs and, blood pressure and all that. And the person still really wasn't saying very much and wouldn't keep eye contact, and I kept trying to get their attention. And then the nurse walked me out to the place where they do weight. And they took my weight and my height, and I was asking questions, and I realized that he knew very basic sign language, signing a little bit and kind of just nodded his head a lot. And I was like, "Can you really not sign? Shit, this is bad." I was like, "Can you understand me at all?" I was kind of done. I didn't really know what else to do. And once we finished doing my weight, which was good, she wrote all that down, we went back to the little room, and nurse told me that the doctor would be in a few minutes. Left, I was trying to get their attention, and the interpreter still really wasn't looking at me. I was like, "Can you understand me? Can you sign?" And they just kind of repeated something out loud, and they were making stuff up. I was officially done at this point. It was like, they can't sign, they can't interpret. It was very basic. I didn't really know what else to do. I was like, "You're not a real interpreter." I'm very uncomfortable with this situation completely. I asked the man if they had a piece of paper so that I could sign, so I could write down to explain that this is a fake interpreter. And they're like, there was a lot of confusion in the room, going back and forth, and I was like, "He's not an interpreter." And they're like, yeah, no, he's an interpreter. I was going back and forth. I was trying to write down and explain the schedule and everything. I was like, "He can't sign." And they're like, "Yeah, he's an interpreter." I'm like, "No, he's not an interpreter. He's not signing." And they're like, what's happening? I don't understand. It was like, there's nothing happening. He's not doing anything. He's not signing or anything. They're like, "Come on." The Asian man, I gave him a piece of paper and I was like, write down for yourself. And he's like, no, I'm done. I felt very uncomfortable with the situation. I was like, "I'm out of here." I left. The woman at the receptionist desk, she's like, "Don't you want to schedule another appointment, or why are you leaving early?" I was trying to explain to the woman that, "Do you have another interpreter?" I was like, "This interpreter is bad. He's a fake interpreter." And we went back and forth, and she was like, "No, he's fine. And I was like, "No, that's not a real interpreter. He's fake. He's completely fake. He's not doing anything correctly." And we went back and forth, and I was trying to explain and continually explaining to her, and nobody was listening to me. So after that, I was just finished, and I asked if I could talk to a supervisor or something, somebody that was in charge about the interpreter. And so they told me that was fine and I could go back into the office, and I ended up talking to this woman and I was trying to explain to her, I was like, it's a fake interpreter, same as I've been previously explaining. It's a fake interpreter, he doesn't know what he's doing, he's not making eye contact, all of these things that he wasn't doing. And they're like, why is that important? And I'm like, because I'm deaf, I sign with my hands, right here, see? And so I was trying to explain, and I asked if I could leave the office and call them to explain, instead of writing back and forth, which was taking a while. They're like, yeah, that's fine. So I left the office, went to another room, and was trying to explain everything, what would happen, because I was really uncomfortable with this situation. So I called like a VRS and had them explain to the supervisor. And it was just, I was like, you don't have to pay, it's not a big deal. It's already paid for. But I wanted to show them this interpreter. I ended up rescheduling an appointment for June 24th, and hopefully an interpreter that'll show up and actually know sign language and can actually interpret for me. I ended up leaving, and that was just a crazy experience that an interpreter, a fake interpreter, would show up to my doctor's appointment. I was like, really? I know this is a job, but you can't interpret. It was an awful experience. I hated it. I was like, why would somebody show up? I did not understand. So June 24th, we'll see what brings us with that appointment. I don't really know what else to say right now, but it was just crazy. An interpreter, a fake interpreter, would show up to my appointment, a doctor's office. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. And it was just crazy that this was the situation. Comment below and give me feedback to see what else, if you've had similar experiences or anything else like that. Thanks for watching again. Have a good day.